Hi, guys. Good afternoon. It's Fred and Sheila with Hatfield, McCoy Museum Adventures and Fred and Sheila Investigates.
Guys, we have an interesting video we're going to start off with. This is going to be we're not going to get no hurry on this video. We've got some we got some information we want to talk about, whether it's relevant or not. Sheila and I don't know.
No, we don't know.
Sheila was doing some research. Go
Mhm.
ahead, babe.
Yeah, I was doing some research. I'd noticed something that popped up on YouTube, and it was Miss Savannah Guthrie, where she had done a video on the Today Show returning home. And so she went back home and showed where she grew up. That was a new series that they were starting. And she showed her area there, and she also showed her mom and her sister at a restaurant. They were sitting down and eating. So
This was just over a month, like 6 days over a month from the time she had returned home and done this special for Today's Show.
yeah.
We're going to show it. We're going to show clips of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she returned home to Tucson, Arizona. And it was interesting because they took the camera crew around and showed where she went to college at, where they go eat dinner at this Mexican restaurant.
She always goes there and eats.
Yeah, and it's just and as Sheila's going through that, she had mentioned it a couple of days ago, and my mind, I got so many things I'm thinking in another direction.
Uh-huh.
And then today she mentioned it again. She said there's that video of Savannah where she went home again. And we start looking at it, and I said, babe, of course it's got relevance because she had mentioned it before.
Mm-hmm.
And then after we watched the video even more,
Uh-huh.
we realized, is this somebody, guys, that just saw this video 2 months ago now?
Yeah.
A month before Nancy was taken? Is this somebody that just saw? Is this somebody that had something against Savannah back in high school, back in college, back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Is it random? Did Savannah make somebody mad on the Today Show and they've actually taken Nancy to Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many possibilities.
There's so many avenues that it could take as dealing with that. But I just thought it was a coincidence. You know, we're not blaming anybody, but
No,
her
nobody's
in her
at fault.
hometown. She's at her hometown, and then
Watch this
a month
video.
later, and then
Play the video and let's watch it together. And
okay, here we go.
we'll be stopping periodically.
Oh, this is going to be great. We are back. 812, back with the start of a very special and very personal new series. It's called Homecoming Today.
And Savannah, we're going to start with you. You took us back to your old stomping grounds.
Oh, yes, here we go. You know, I'm really excited about this. When people ask me, where are you from? I'm always proud when I say Tucson, Arizona. I grew up there, went to college there. My mom still lives there. And honestly, a part of me has really never left. So
Savannah's tickled to death about this segment. You can just watch her. She's like a kid in a candy store.
She's lit up like a Christmas tree.
At Christmas time. And then she mentions, my mom still lives there. Now, there's interesting about this, and I know everybody's been ruled out. The family members have been ruled out according to the sheriff. So we're not pointing at nobody but she doesn't mention her family lives there. Mentions her mother lives there. Even after a while, you're going to see where her sister is out to dinner with her and her mother. She's not really, and even Sheila and I, it doesn't mean anything. We're just commenting but look at Nancy, how Nancy is always on Savannah's side. They didn't have Nancy in between when they're eating dinner. It's a long way off. But when they're eating dinner, Nancy's not in the center of the two daughters. She's sitting over here beside of Savannah. Just different little things like that we picked up on that may not mean a bag of beans, but it's just, let's go ahead.
Yeah, it's very interesting. No. We can do it.
Thanks to our sponsor, Visit Tucson, I got a chance to go home to show you everything from the giants of the desert to the people who raised me, and really why Tucson is unlike anywhere else in the world.
guys, we have probably at this point cut a lot of stuff out where
Yeah.
she went around to the zoo. She went around to the college. They may be little skits and pieces Sheila may throw in here just to,
Right.
that might
Little
be
snippets,
just little
yeah.
snippets, just as teasers.
Yeah.
But go to NBC Today Show and watch the entire video. It's there under
Sweet.
Savannah's Arizona homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
But in doing all these, when she was in college, you see a lot of TV shows where fraternities and different people, you got a lot of animosity or jealousy. Could her going back to Arizona a month before her mother disappeared, could that have anything to do with bringing up old memories with somebody, and an old somebody that doesn't like Savannah? And when they saw this come up, it brought back memories, and they said, hey, I'm going to revenge. Did it come up to somebody that never knew anything about Savannah, and she's telling them where she lives in Arizona? She shows them where they go eat dinner in Arizona. She shows them where her mother lives in Arizona. It's not hard if you're wanting to commit a crime or to do something to somebody. They're giving you the roadmap right here. May not have a thing to do with it.
Right. Sorry, we'll stay.
May be totally innocent.
Yeah.
But again, like Sheila says, is it a coincidence that just a month before, 6 days over a month? I think this was on November the 25th, Sheila said. It was.
Yeah, that's
aired,
what it said. It aired on November 25th.
and her mother was taken on January the 31st. November 25th to December the 25th is a month. And then January, well, about 2 months.
2 months. Yeah,
Yeah,
2
about
months.
2 months.
But I mean, it could have been just a coinkydink, as far as her coming there and showing a picture of her mom, and knowing how close she was to
Yeah.
her mom.
Oh, yeah.
That could have gave someone an idea. Well, this is Savannah Guthrie.
If you want to hurt
so-
Savannah, let's get her mother.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's also possible not.
Right.
Let's go ahead.
Okay.
Part about Tucson is family. El Charro is the oldest family-owned Mexican restaurant in America and the perfect place to catch up with mine, my mom Nancy and sister Annie. I come here every time I come home to Tucson. I have to come to El Charro. How long has El Charro been here?
103 years.
Carlota Flores has run El Charro for over 50 years, taking over from her great aunt Monica, the woman who's said to have invented the chimichanga. She treated us to a tradition from back in Prohibition, when women playing cards would hide their tequila in teacups. Cheers! Cheers! I love being home. Don't drink the whole thing. Well, Mom, you guys came here in the 70s and you'd been moving all around. What made you want to stay in Tucson and plant roots?
It's so wonderful. Just the air, the quality of life is laid back and gentle. Yeah, I like to watch the javelina eat my plants.
But the best thing about Tucson is coming home and
Yes.
seeing you guys. Should we raise the glass? Prickly pear margarita.
She acknowledged there her sister. She said the best part about Tombstone is coming home and visiting you guys. So, and I'm thinking, when I look back, I'm looking at Savannah being in the center of those two. This show is not about her mother.
It's about Savannah.
It's about Savannah. So,
Yeah. So that would make sense.
yeah, it would make sense her being in the center. So again, people can read into things just like, and I'm sure people do, but that's how this is going to be solved. It's going to be solved by people, everybody just out there, not just law enforcement, but people, everyday people that notices things and sees things that needs to be brought to the forefront.
Yep.
Did
Agreed.
this video have anything to do with that? Okay. you go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. That's the thing, is it could have. So
There you go.
there we go.
Guys, it's
Interesting.
anybody's guess at this point.
Yeah.
It's anybody's guess. We made a couple of notes here on other things, not just this show here with Savannah,
Right.
and did it have anything to do with
Could it possibly have been? Yeah.
contributed to Nancy's disappearance? Did it have any? Is it a coincidence that just a month and a half, 2 months earlier, NBC done a show on Savannah, Tucson, Arizona, and her mother? Could that be a coincidence? Of course.
Absolutely.
I had a couple of comments Sheila and I were discussing. One of them is the police, or at least the sheriff, has now cleared the family and the spouses of the family.
Exactly.
So that's a big thing. You know, when you can clear people out, that narrows it down to tremendously. It does. And you know, there was a person a while back, and a lot of people followed that person's lead. It was a YouTuber, a podcaster, and that person said that they had a source, a high quality source that had told them that this person was the prime suspect.
Right.
And you know, our question there would be, now that that has been proven wrong, or at least for now, the sheriff says none of the family members are suspects. They've all been cleared. So my question there is, why hasn't this person produced her source? If this source is so high quality and so knowledgeable and so dependable and credible, that she interviews everybody in the country on her program, why hasn't that source been on there? And could that be a key, that the reason the source hasn't been on there because maybe it's not that credible information?
Yeah.
Because it's proven out here not to be credible now, because the sheriff has cleared those people or that person that she had.
Well, I think if she reveals who that person is, then that person would be in probably some hot water. So.
Well, I don't know. That's possible. Maybe the person's still working today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
They might be active, and then
maybe the person's active.
Yeah.
But at this point here, with coming out and making that allegation, but she's right. Everybody's a suspect, and especially the closer you are to the victim. Thank you, babe. Makes you more of a suspect, especially if you're the last one to see the victim alive. So that would still substantiate being addressed as a suspect, but it was like it was a
positive
knockdown, drag out. Yeah, it was just a. My source told me on day 3. My source told me on day 3. So, you know, was someone named? Was it just a hunch? Was it just a guess? Or was there some evidence there? Because she talks as if that this person was a high quality, maybe law enforcement official.
That's the way I took it.
It says he was locked in. She said he's locked in. Well, we hear yesterday that was on day 3, and we hear yesterday on day 16 that he's not locked in. He's not even he's been ruled out as a suspect. Now, from being locked in to ruled out, that's a big change. You and I have a question about, and guys, some of these videos, some of the things we're talking about, we don't put on this page here. If you want to see some other videos, go to Fred McCoy 40. That's my channel. Just put the @ sign, @Fred McCoy 40, and then take you to my channel. And I've got a lot of these questions already asked there, but
right.
That blood at the doorbell. Now they're saying that's Nancy's blood. Surely they've tested it. Surely they know for a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that that's Nancy's.
Yeah.
Because Sheila and I've been watching the guy with the camera. It doesn't show the camera come off, but it shows him beating on it, smashing the camera.
Yeah.
The outside nest doorbell. That blood, the blood originates from underneath the doorbell.
It does.
Yes, it does, don't it?
Yeah.
She may even put you a picture at the back of this video, but it originates directly underneath the doorbell. It don't originate over here at the door. where you would be coming out the door and your nose or your mouth or something's bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
It originates over to the left. So you would have had to step to the left to start bleeding there. Could that be from where he was punching the doorbell? Could that be his blood? Surely we're wrong. Surely we're not correct on that. But
Good question, though.
the way the blood drips down and the way the blood starts, but now that takes us back because, but you now that they're wrong on the son-in-law being a suspect,
Okay.
are they wrong on the part that says there was actually blood inside the house also?
Yeah,
Because
because we heard that.
now if there's blood inside the house, that may be different. Unless when he hit the doorbell, he cut and walked back,
Mm-hmm.
went back in the house and so forth. Who knows? We're kind of from the beginning, we were assuming that blood was probably from the bad guy.
Right.
Gloves tested. Incredible that police. Guys, if those rubber gloves, I've heard as many as 16 gloves were
Yeah.
found. Now, not all of them was rubber probably, but there's no doubt in my mind as a 40-year career police officer that some of those cops went down the road, detectives afterwards took their gloves off and flung them. Why? I don't know, because in crime scene investigative classes, they teach you to dispose of your gloves, to have every pair of gloves accounted for. If there's 10 detectives here,
Mm-hmm.
there should be 20 gloves deposited in that sack, in that box, in that, especially if they're bloody or
Right.
got some kind of hazardous
Contaminated,
material,
yeah.
contaminated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially those gloves. Are they testing a glove or gloves that actually belong to one of the detectives, one of the police officers that was on the scene? Did they just drive down the road and take their gloves and fling them out the window? Because do you really think a bad guy would go to all the
Different places like that.
different things that he did?
Mm-hmm.
He's covered his face. He's covered from head to toe.
And he would.
But we can tell he's not that smart because he goes and gets the bushes to try to put over the camera. That really takes away from any intellect that he may have or credibility. But is he so stupid that he will put those gloves on and then throw them out the window on his way down the road?
See, that doesn't make sense to
It
me.
don't make sense. Those gloves and those clothes went into a dumpster somewhere behind a store, a supermarket, somewhere where,
Or burnt.
yeah,
So
or he
that
may
you
have disposed
couldn't-
of them.
Yeah.
They may be at the landfill, but he wouldn't have thrown them out the window. You don't work that hard to cover up
Exactly.
and then dispose of it out the window. Hope
Exactly.
we're wrong. We hope we're
Yeah.
wrong. We hope it actually belongs to him and
Mm-hmm.
that they get a DNA and they can. Going back to the holster, Sheila will post some pictures here at the back. We actually went to Walmart yesterday.
We did.
And we bought a knapsack, a backpack,
Backpack. Yeah.
$10,
Mm-hmm.
$10.98 for that backpack, the exact backpack that he's carrying.
Mhm.
And she'll post pictures right here somewhere.
Here. We'll put it right in between us.
And it's it. We don't know why it doesn't show up the emblem on top, except that when you've got it packed full, that emblem, instead of setting long ways where you
Facing.
can get a reflection, it turns out the backpack's that wide
Mm-hmm.
and it's up here on the top. So you
Right.
might not see it as well.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of flat there, to whereas if it's not got anything in it, it's facing the camera.
Yeah.
So,
There's nothing in it, it's facing the camera.
right.
If you've got it full, especially as he did, the emblem's
Yeah.
up on top.
There you go. I agree.
I heard somebody say that they got everything he had from Walmart. And I've heard them say that, no, they didn't carry the toboggans and so forth. Well, she'll post a picture right here because they do carry the toboggan.
Mhm.
They just don't have them in stock. We looked.
Yep.
Whether they've removed them off because we're in deer hunting country here and it's deer hunting season last 2 months, 3 months now.
Nothing
So
but-
they have the full face. I heard somebody say, well, nobody wears them. They don't wear them skiing. They may not wear them skiing, but they definitely wear them deer hunting, especially on these cold mornings. But she'll post a picture where
Sure.
Walmart does sell them. I think $9 a piece
Mhm.
for the exact knitted toboggan that he's wearing. the holster. Now, people are saying that Walmart sold the holster,
Uh-huh.
and they hold up a black holster. Guys, he's got a black backpack. He's got a black pistol. He's got a black gloves, and they show up black.
Right.
Why would his holster that they're showing that come from Walmart show up white or a light color?
Mm-hmm.
That holster they're holding up is not it. First of all, it's not made with the curvature to it for a revolver.
Okay.
Maybe for a revolver, but it's not as in depth
Right.
as
I
the
agree.
holster he's got, right?
I agree.
We've talked about
his
this.
holster is definitely light.
His holster's light. His holster is for a revolver,
Mm-hmm.
not a semi-automatic
Mhm.
holster. That's made for a revolver, probably a 4 to 6 inch barrel revolver.
Mm-hmm. And you can also see the black strip or like the
Trim.
yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of
The trim
Yeah.
or the
where it's been put together
Yeah.
and stuff, and you could see that plainly in the video.
it could very well be a brown leather holster, and it's showing up like that from the
Rawhide or
glare.
something, yeah.
It could be a cloth holster. He may just grab the first thing, the cheapest thing he could, just stick a gun in.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But I don't think it's the black. We don't think it's the black holster.
We honestly don't.
Everybody
Yeah.
keeps showing, because if it's a black holster, it would show up black.
It'd be darker.
The shoes. In one of those videos, Sheila noticed the shoes.
Yeah.
There's two different people, two different versions. Is it the same guy they were asking, or is this two different men? Well, on one of them, he's got the white tennis shoes on. Does he have something over them to cover them, or is it just out of frame? But Sheila spotted
The little emblem, the little dark
the little black emblem.
design.
It may be a Nike emblem. It
Yeah,
may
we don't
be,
know.
no, we don't know what it is, but there's
Yeah.
a black
There's-
emblem on the left side of both of his shoes.
Yep.
Some kind of black design. What's the business card on the front door? Has anybody else noticed? From the first day we noticed it, and they showed a good picture, we never found it since. We were focused on the blood and on the doorbell gone, and we didn't really.
Yeah.
There's a business card of some sort on the front door. Somebody has come calling. Insurance salesman.
Yeah.
Uh, whoever it is. Roofers. You know, Sheila and I commented on that roof way back. Could this be somebody that come there to do some work, and one of the workers seen an easy mark? What's on that business card on that front door? If anybody knows, please put it in the comments for us. It must not have had no relevance. It could have been one of the detectives that just stuck his card in there when they left,
Mm-hmm.
in case somebody comes there or something. I don't know, but there's a business card there. She'll put a picture of it right in here. You can't read it, but
Yeah.
why is no one addressing the business card?
Yeah. That's strange.
You know, this person today, I heard this woman say, the president's just making smoke. Justice Department can't charge nobody with murder if she's been killed. It's a state charge. No, that's not necessarily true.
Okay.
If you remember the Rodney King incident in California in 1990 or whenever it was,
Mm-hmm.
Rodney King, Sergeant Coons or whatever their names were, they were charged both state charges and federally. In fact, I think they got off on the state charges, and then the feds charged them and they went to prison. And
Wow.
yes, the president, the Justice Cabinet, Justice Department can charge them with murder. They can charge them with anything they want to. A police officer can charge anybody with anything you want. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to prove it. That doesn't mean it's not going to be reduced down or amended. But you can charge. When the president says he can get the Justice Department to charge,
Mm-hmm.
he's president of the United States. I believe he has that authority to get Cash Patel or Pam Bondi to go ahead and charge. Throw it out there, see what sticks. So when they say the president has no jurisdiction, the president has no, well, the FBI is on the scene now.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a kidnapping yet. It's never been shown that it's going to a different country or a different state. That's when the FBI would come in. They're there because they were invited in by the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
And now that they're there, If they see a charge or they want to charge, they have that capability. They have that.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, bud.
This is just me. When the sheriff said he cleared all the family members, everybody was clear. Does the FBI do that too?
That's a good
Or
question.
Are they on the same level?
We don't know.
Or is he releasing them and the FBI is still considering?
We don't know. The
You know what
FBI is
I'm
not
saying?
talking. Could that be a trap? Could that be something? As an investigator, you'll try anything you can in order to solve a case. There's nothing
Sure.
off the
table.
And that may just be the sheriff's office talking to throw the bad guy or girl off. Who
The
knows?
person or persons.
Everybody's cleared, but then the FBI comes out later on and says, hey, and they relax and they do something stupid and then they're caught. And then they say, that was our plan. That was our plan for him to say that. And then these people relax. Who knows? We don't care what they do, as long as they bring Nancy home.
Lord, I hope
We don't
she's
care what they
found
do.
safe.
As long as they bring Nancy home, especially if she's still alive. That's up
Lord,
to the
yes.
good Lord. Again, he works
We
miracles
pray
every
that
day.
she is, though. Bless her
Works
heart.
miracles every day. But babe, that's a good question. You know, they say the sheriff and guys, law enforcement's always been like that. You can watch what's that movie with Bruce Willis? Where he's up in that building, big hotel.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Look at that when he comes out and the feds show up and they say we're taking over and so forth, and they have this big. There's all kinds of movies out there.
Garden Test.
That's a good one.
Where they
come
stepped in and then kicked him off the helicopter, and then she's like,
So
nope.
it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. It's just something that it's jealousy, more jealousy than
Right.
anything. You've got Savannah Guthrie here. You've got people trying to please.
Famous.
I knew the sheriff on the first day when he was crying, and I'm thinking, do you do this at everybody that disappears? Do you show up and cry at everybody, or is this for Savannah's sake? Is this for?
Because at the
Tension.
beginning, he didn't know that was even her mom.
No, he didn't. He just thought it was a missing person until his wife or somebody told him.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a weird case from the beginning. Sheila and I are we could kick ourselves over and over that we wasn't out there. We would have loved to have been there for the last 16 days. We just have other things going on.
Just impossible at this point in time. And that's okay.
Guys, watch this video of Savannah on the Today Show. Watch the entire video because, again, she's going to cut a lot of it out. We don't want to get copyrighted, and it's got music, and we've got to cut that out and different things that we have to do. There's still fair use for we can use so much of it, and we will.
Right. We will. We just got to watch what we do there.
Yeah, and watch the video for yourselves.
Yeah, it's interesting, really. I enjoyed seeing the scenery and stuff there. And the dude that was painting, I thought that was
But
cool.
it makes you wonder, was this somebody that saw Savannah back home in Arizona after all them years, and it brought back old memories of something that may have happened in college, something that may have happened.
Or was it because she was famous?
Is it because she's famous? Is it because she has said something on her show as a TV personality? She's said something in a derogatory manner towards somebody or some organization or something. She's put out her opinion, and they've said, hey, her mother just lives down the road here. We can fix that.
Yeah. So
We don't
anything's
know.
possible.
And we're sure that the FBI and everybody is looking at every angle that there is. But
We'll continue to pray for Savannah and her family.
prayers.
Her mom.
Mark 11:24.
Pray that the good Lord answers our prayers and that she's returned safely.
That's all I got, baby.
All right, guys. Hi, guys. This just in.
Hey, guys. She's just going to add this onto the back of that video. I thought she was over here uploading that video.
Sorry.
I went over and dozed off in the lazy boy, and when I got up, Sheila has made a find. We were asking about that business card that was in that door.
Mm-hmm.
It was curious to us because we have saw that card there since the first day when they were looking at the blood on the porch, that card. And we kept asking, what is that card? What is, Well, while I was napping, Sheila went on her research like she does. She's like a treasure hunter. You put her on something, she can't leave it alone. So, but what you got, babe? Show
Let me
us.
show you what I found here. This is so interesting. Okay, here, as you can see, is the door. There, I don't know how well you can see it. There, let me show you this way.
That
See that?
card.
The card is, you're not gonna be able to see
Yeah.
it, but it's right there up above the alarm system.
And it's
or
been there
camera.
since day one.
Let me see if I can come up with a closer one. Right here is one
There it is.
to where you can see that one.
There's
See
where
it
the
there?
doorbell hung on that bracket, and up above it is that card.
Mhm.
And from the first day when Brian Eaton was
Enton. or
Enton
something.
was
Enton.
filming the blood, that
Mhm.
card was there. And I either thought that it was from a insurance salesman, maybe somebody like ever who done the roof, somebody
Mhm.
dealing with maybe even a detective that had worked the case and just stuck it in there before he left in case somebody needed to contact him. But go ahead. And she went on and found this card.
And then here is what it says, guys, which is amazing. There you
Go ahead,
go.
babe.
Look at that one. There you can see it says Deborah M. And it says Advanced Investigator, Adult Protective Services.
It says Department of Economic Security, Tucson, Arizona. It's got a .gov
Mhm.
address. Adult Protective Services. Now, what was Adult Protective Services doing
Yeah.
at Miss Nancy's house? Because I'm thinking this is there before she was ever kidnapped, abducted, assaulted, whatever happened.
Mhm.
But look, what else did you find?
Here, I looked up this woman's name, Miss Deborah's name, and this is what it came up with. So y'all could see that, guys. Whoops, sorry. That shouldn't have done that. I'm trying. There we go.
Take your time.
There we go. Now,
Deborah McPherson
mhm.
is the owner and operator of Arizona Care Advocates in Tucson, specializing in care management and advocacy for seniors since 2004. So this is not some young, is that her picture over there?
That's supposed to be hers. Looks like it because it says about us. But when I click on that, that doesn't, it takes me, it says error on
Okay,
the
well, it says
page.
over there, Deborah McPherson is the
Yeah.
owner and operator of Arizona Care Advocates. She is a registered
Nurse.
registered nurse,
Mhm.
certified care manager, and licensed fiduciary. She works to assist, protect, and manage the care of vulnerable adults, distinct from state-run adult protective services. Distinct from state-run, but yet you'll see
Okay.
here in a minute, she's got a .gov address. Go ahead, babe.
Okay, it says the key details regarding Arizona Adult Protective Services, or APS, is one is the role of the Arizona Department of Economic Security, DES, manages reports of abuse, neglect, and exploitation of adults 18 and older who cannot protect themselves due to physical or mental impairment.
Manages reports.
So that's,
She manages reports of abuse,
yeah.
neglect, and exploitation for adults who cannot protect themselves due to physical or mental impairment. The primary goal is to protect vulnerable adults while respecting their right to make decisions. Guys, what is this business card doing on? Was somebody called? Did this lady just happen to stop by her house and stick her card in her window?
Yeah. I don't
Did she
know.
receive a complaint
Strange.
of abuse or neglect or exploitation? Go ahead, babe.
It says reporting, and then it says reports can be made online or by phone through the Arizona Department of Economic Security.gov.
.gov.
If someone is in danger or unable to meet their own needs.
For direct personalized care management in the Tucson area, Deborah McPherson at Arizona Care Advocates serves as a private professional alternative to state services.
Okay.
Guys, this is very interesting. This is Arizona Adult Protective Services definition. Vulnerable adults means an individual who is 18 years or older and who is unable to protect himself from, and
yeah.
you have to continue, but
Huh. That's interesting.
I'm sure that we're not the first ones to. Surely the FBI and the Sheriff's Department has looked into this
Surely.
and found out who this person is and how they come about to leave their card at Nancy's house.
Right.
Why would they think Nancy was vulnerable, or somebody was going to exploit her, or that she was unable to take care of herself? What's behind this?
Yeah. That's what I would like to know. And how was she just able to walk up there? If it
Maybe I
had
think that was there. I think that was there when that was there before the blood, because when Brian Eaton
okay.
done his story, he was showing the blood on the sidewalk. And when he come up to show where the security bell was, that card was there. I seen the card, but I seen it from a distance. I couldn't read it. So that card was there before this ever happened.
Yeah.
Why is it still there 16 days later and it's still there, or have they taken it down now? But Sheila and I just happened today, we were talking about it. And in another picture, we was looking at that guy again and backpacking different things. And there was that card in that picture. And we thought, why hasn't nobody mentioned this? Who is this person? Whose business card is on that? Is it a detective?
Right.
Who is it? And sure enough, Sheila went and dug it up.
Found it. We found it.
She dug it up.
So if you're close to that area,
yeah,
you might want to have someone point that out.
Guys, contact her or her office and see what that was all about. Did they receive a complaint? Did they know ahead of time that something was going on at Nancy's house? Something worth looking into.
Yeah, definitely.
We don't know. Maybe nothing.
That's right.
While we're on here, I did see a few minutes ago while she was logging back on, they said that glove DNA didn't come back to anybody. And to be honest with you, we didn't think it would. Yeah. And I didn't think it would. Nope. At least the bad guy. Now I'll tell you who it will come back to. Take whatever detectives you've had there, whatever FBI agents you've had there working that scene, take each one of their DNA and see who threw their gloves or their glove out the window as they were leaving the scene half a mile down the road.
Yep.
That glove will come back to one of your detectives or one of your agents. Yeah. Sad to say, but that's what I felt all along. I'm so bad about speaking out. I did law enforcement for 40 years. I know a little bit about investigative stuff, and I just felt that this guy's not going to wrap himself up. This guy's not going to disguise himself. This guy's not going to take the measures that he did.
Precautions.
Yeah, and then go down the road and throw his gloves out the window. I think it's two gloves. I don't think it's one glove. I think it's one that's put inside the other, because if you look at it laying there, you can see fingers going in two different directions. If it's a glove, you ain't got but 5 fingers.
Right.
2 gloves, you would have 10. My thoughts. I think there's a pair of gloves there. I don't think that's one.
right, guys, we hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye. God bless.